All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Good morning. I'm Lisa Jones, Chair of the Board of Directors for Housing Development Partners, or HDP. It is 11:12 on April 16th, 2026, and I'm calling to order the special meeting of the HDP Board. We have a quorum with 3 board members present. I can count 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's all 3 of us. Video of today's meeting is being streamlined live online. The link to watch today's meeting is on HDP's website at www.hdpartners.org. Members of the public who wish to provide comments to the HDP board will need to complete a speaker slip here in the boardroom and submit it to our Vice President of Communications, Scott Marshall, who is standing at the side of the boardroom. To speak in favor of any item on today's agenda, please submit the gold-colored form. To speak in opposition to any agenda item, please submit the pink-colored form. Those who wish to address the board about a topic that is not on the agenda should fill out a white speaker request form. Members of the public will have 3 minutes each to provide their comments about agenda items or non-agenda public comments. However, if a large number of people wish to provide non-agenda public comments or speak on a single agenda item, comments will be limited to 1 minute each. I think we'll be able to avoid that. Collective testimony by those who support or oppose an item shall be limited to more than 15 minutes total per side. When I call your name, please step to the podium, state your name for the record, and begin your comments. We will now move on to non-agenda public comments. There are no speaker slips have been submitted for this, so this concludes non-agenda public comments. Next, I will ask if any board members would like to make any comments. Hearing none. I do not have any update for the board members this morning. Next is the approval of the minutes of the December 5th, 2025 HDP board meeting. No speaker slips have been submitted regarding the minutes. Do any board members have any changes to the minutes, or do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Board Member Klumpner and a second by Board Member Gramling. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. The motion carries unanimously Next is item 100, the approval for HDP to exit from the Studio 15 partnership. We will take public comments after the staff presentation. Vice President of Asset Management, Emmanuel Arellano, and Director of Asset Management, Brandon Sarkisian, will present this item. Please begin when you're ready.
Good morning. Thank you, Lisa. Good morning, board members and legal counsel. As Lisa stated, we're seeking your approval for HDP to exit the Studio 15 partnership. We prepared a couple slides to go over the details with you, which Brandon will be showing you shortly. With that, take it up.
Great. Thank you, Emmanuel. Hello, everyone. Is there an echo, or is it just me? Okay.
Just left.
Get started here. There we go. Studio 15 is an affordable rental housing development located at 1475 Imperial Avenue in San Diego, California. The project contains 275 restricted units and rents restricted for households earning 50 and 60% of area median income. Studio 15 was developed in 2009 with tax-exempt bonds, low-income housing tax credits, and loans from various government entities, including the San Diego Housing Commission. For this partnership, HDP serves as the supervisory general partner and receives an annual partnership and administration fee, which is shared 70% to 30% with the administrative general partner, which is Affirmed Housing Group, the developer. Affirmed Housing has been awarded financing from the California Tax Credit Allocation Committee and is scheduled to close on this resyndication in June of 2026. This is a acquisition rehab project. Discussions and negotiations for HDP to join the new partnership were determined not to be financially advantageous to HDP. Subject to the board's approval, HDP would follow our legal's recommendation to withdraw from the partnership before the sale of the property and assign HDP's interest to a qualified replacement nonprofit partner. The exit from the partnership will not affect affordability of the housing units at Studio 15 currently in place through 2064. Currently, we have an outstanding accrued balance from the partnership administration fee I noted earlier to HDP of $52,676. This balance is from fees that have been earned and not paid for 2023, 2024 due to the property's insufficient cash flow from these years. Additionally, we do not anticipate 2025's cash flow to be sufficient to pay the 2025 fee. HDP will not forfeit any of the accrued balances due and are working with legal counsel and affirmed for the timing of these payments. The outstanding accrued balances have been earned and they will be paid to HDP. No new HDP financial commitments are required as part of the proposed action. Additionally, HDP's withdrawal eliminates future administrative obligations and potential liabilities associated with participation of the new partnership. Staff recommends that the HDP board approves the action items as detailed in the staff report and shown on the slide.
Thank you both very much. No speaker slips have been submitted for item 100, so this concludes the public comment period for this item. Board members, do you have any questions or comments, or do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second. Moved by Member Klubner and a second by Member Gramling. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those in favor say nay. The motion carries unanimously. Next is item 101, the approval for a co-developer agreement and formation of a limited partnership and authorization to proceed with due diligence activities. We will take public comments after the staff presentation. Vice President of Real Estate Development Josh Hoffman and Senior Project Manager Frank Hanna Bernabe will present this item. Please begin when you're ready.
Good morning, Chair and Board of Directors. The item before you today is a request to approve an agreement with Wakeland Housing and Development Corporation to serve as HDP's co-developer to support the financing and development of the densification project at 5202 University Avenue and 5207 52nd Place, and to authorize staff to proceed with formation and due diligence activities for the project. The action represents the first step in advancing the project into a financeable position. The site consists of two adjacent parcels totaling approximately 2.34 acres located in City Heights community in District 9. On one side, indicated here by the red A, we have a County of San Diego owned parcel at 5202 University Avenue, which is currently vacant and enables the initial opportunity for new development. Adjacent to this and indicated by the red B is the site of Casa Colina del Sol Apartments, a 75-unit senior housing community owned and operated by HDP. The property was built in 1975 and has served the community for many years. The densification project starts with the Casa Colina del Sol Apartments. HDP acquired the property in 2003, financing the acquisition in a slate of limited improvements with 4% tax credits and bonds. In 2019, the project completed its year 15 compliance period, and this board approved exit and replacement of the project's limited partner. In 2020, the board approved staff to pursue a resyndication to seek a new tranche of 4% tax credit equity to preserve the property and facilitate a comprehensive rehabilitation. Through the due diligence for that effort, staff identified capital needs and aging infrastructure that would benefit from a proactive renovation. It's important to note that these conditions are typical for a property of this age. No immediate health or safety concerns were identified, and the property remains safe for continued occupancy. Repairs and one-off improvements are handled through the property's reserves and cash flow. The application for the preservation effort of the property was deemed insufficiently competitive and was not able to secure an award. Given both the extent of the desired improvements and the lack of available tax credit to fund them, the rehabilitation approach was deemed infeasible at that time. In preparation for an October 2022 joint meeting of the San Diego City Council and San Diego County Board of Supervisors focused on maximizing the use of public land for affordable housing development, SDHC and HDP staff evaluated a broader redevelopment strategy for the Casa Colina del Sol site, which would leverage an opportunity to partner with the County of San Diego on the adjacent county-owned surplus site. That evaluation led to the concept of a coordinated redevelopment and densification strategy across the two sites. This slide illustrates the phasing concept for the project site. This approach would allow HDP to deliver replacement housing for the existing Casa Colina del Sol residents in a new modern facility situated in the northwest corner of the site, while also creating an opportunity to re-envision and redevelop the current Casa Colina del Sol parcel at a higher level of density and to provide additional housing opportunities in a future phase or phases. Importantly, it positions the site for long-term redevelopment in a way that better aligns with current planning, financing tools, and housing needs. SDHC staff coordinated with our County of San Diego partners on the parameters of the concept and subsequently entered into a disposition and development agreement, or DDA, in 2025 to establish SDHC's site control of the 500202 University Avenue parcel. The DDA establishes an ownership transfer framework to SDHC, ground lease to HDP, baseline project affordability requirements, and development milestones. While the immediate focus of today's requested action is on advancing the work on the Phase 1 project indicated here and delivering replacement housing, we also want to acknowledge the longer-term opportunity that the site offers. As the Phase 1 project moves forward, the team will engage community planning groups and local stakeholders to help inform the vision for the current and future phases of the project. This approach allows the team to move forward now while incorporating community input into the long-term planning for future phasing to create a more cohesive whole. It's important to highlight that this project is not starting from scratch, as the project benefits from the prior efforts led by HDP and SDHC staff. A handful of key due diligence activities have been completed or commenced to inform the effort to date. This includes initial architectural and site planning concepts, engineering analysis, environmental review, and early feasibility work. The county has completed a CEQA review of the proposed project, and as previously mentioned, the DDA between the county and SDHC has been negotiated and executed.
Thank you, Josh and Board of Directors. Given the competitive nature of the tax credit funding required to advance this project, staff determined that partnering with an experienced co-developer was critical to maximize tax credit scoring and overall competitiveness. Staff conducted an open request for qualifications process to identify a co-developer and received 5 total responses, with 3 being deemed responsive to the proposal requirements. Wakeland Housing Development Corporation was selected based on their extensive experience and alignment of that experience with the project's goals. They have developed nearly 9,000 affordable homes and bring strong expertise in tax credit financing. They also have extensive experience serving the community of City Heights and have demonstrated an understanding of local conditions and the need of the community stakeholders. And importantly, their compensation is tied to project delivery and completion of development milestones. They will not receive developer fee installment until a successful financial closing. Wakeland has successfully developed many projects in the city of San Diego, with several recent examples in the City Heights community where our project site is located. The Terrellton City Heights had its grand opening yesterday, April 15th, and consists of 75 affordable units for households earning 30 to 60% AMI. Quattro at City Heights includes 115 affordable units across 4 sites in the community, with its 4th and final building currently under construction. Quattro was co-developed by Wakeland and the City Heights Community Development Corporation, echoing the partnership structure staff is proposing today. And finally, Serenade on 43rd. This project combined rehab and new construction and includes 65 units for households earning 30 to 60% of AMI, including 32 homes reserved for supportive housing for individuals exiting homelessness. To recap, Wakeland is an experienced award-winning nonprofit developer, and it's successfully partnered with the Housing Commission, the City of San Diego, and the subject community on prior developments. The budget included in this request is specifically focused on formation and due diligence activities. This includes legal costs associated with partnership formation, negotiation of development agreements, and other administrative work. It also supports continued due diligence, design refinement, and preparation for financing. Importantly, this funding will be advanced by HDP to the partnership and documented through a promissory note with a 5% interest rate to cover staff costs and protect HDP's financial position. Those funds will be repaid at construction financing closing, and the objective is to advance the efforts completed to date so that the team can return to the board with a financeable project. This slide shows the currently anticipated sequence and timing of board approval milestones for the project. As the project progresses, staff will return to the board for additional approvals as they arise. Today's action establishes the foundation through formation and due diligence. Following this, staff anticipates a return to the board for approval of the project's financing plan and pre-development budget. This will enable the project team to finalize the design process, assemble and submit financing applications, and obtain required permits. The final request before breaking ground is anticipated to be authorization to close on financing and obtain construction approvals. This phased approach ensures continued board oversight as the project advances. Staff recommends that the board take the following actions detailed in the staff report and shown on these following 3 slides. This is an early stage action intended to position the project for financing applications, not approval of a full project financing, construction, or delivery. With that, we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. There are no speaker slips submitted for item 101, so this concludes the public comment period for this item. Board members, do you have any questions or comments, or do we have a motion?
I have just a comment. Casa Colina has always been one of my favorite projects. And I'm glad to see the block being finished off that way. When I first heard about the project back in 2009, Casa Colina, I thought it's going to clash with the neighborhood, but it didn't. And as I say, I've always felt that it was an extremely good product that our cooperation in it has continued to be something that we can be happy with. So if I'm not beating anyone else's game, I would move approval.
Happy to second. I appreciate the history on the densification approach that has been in talks for a long time, and it's great to see something come forward in that realm. This seems like a great way to go about this. So yeah, great job with the competitive process on finding a partner, and due diligence seems like a great next step. Very hopeful about this.
Thank you so much. I just want to say I've been able to attend the last few grand openings that Wakeland put together, Serenade, as well as just Terralta yesterday. And I'm really excited to have them as a partner. They do a very good and thoughtful job about building to community. So taking into account the feel of the community, the vibe of the community, the architecture in that community, and really making it sort of a place that is embedded in community, which we're happy to see. I look forward to next steps on this, and with everything that's been going on and so much on our plates these days, including with, frankly, reduced workforce at both HDP and the Commission, I'm just very proud of staff to keep pushing this forward, so thank you for that. So we have a motion. Do we have a second? Do we have a second? All right. We have a motion by Member Gramling and a second by Member Klumpner. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed say nay. The motion carries unanimously. That concludes our action items for today. Do any board members have any questions about the informational items listed on today's agenda? Wonderful. This concludes the HDP board meeting today. We are adjourned at 11:30. Thank you very much.